Alright, so Farfetch'd. Farfetch'd, let's search by BST. These are all final evolutions of legal VGC Pokemon. Where are we? This is obviously, we can't expect Farfetch'd to be up in the 540s. Let's see here. Durant, Golurk, Vespiquen. Okay. Pelipper. Okay. Beedrill. And oh my god, you gotta be kidding me. Alright guys, so making Farfetch'd competitive is absolutely no easy task. It not only has a completely garbage BST, but its moveset, you really get access to not a lot of moves. And, you know, it's not Farfetch'd's fault. They gave him his own item. He's got Stick. If Holder is a Farfetch'd, its critical hit ratio is boosted by 2. Now with the new critical hit ratios in X and Y, boosting it by 2 gives every single move Farfetch'd has a 50% chance to crit. But even with that kind of damage, your stats are not the greatest. Actually, they're absolutely terrible. And I didn't give him a nature. And this is probably why he sucked so bad. Okay. There we go. So, ability Defiant is really your best way to go on Farfetch'd because you really need that attack boost if you're going to want to do any sort of damage whatsoever. Defiant meaning this Pokemon's attack is boosted for 2 stages for each of its stats that is lowered by a foe. Mostly we're fishing for Intimidate users. That's why I have Kangaskhan and Talonflame here. Very common Pokemon to, you know, for opponents to lead off with Intimidate just to try to neuter turn 1. So I led with Defiant, and really if I didn't get the Defiant boost, this thing became absolutely more garbage. So it had to get that Defiant boost. Stick was here to hopefully hit that critical hit at the right time. Rest of the team pretty much, I mean, this Gardevoir is here because it really threatens a lot of the Intimidate users that are, you know, out there. So a lot of times I'll leave Farfetch'd and Gardevoir together. Meowstick was kind of just to slow stuff down, so maybe Farfetch'd could hit. And Chandelure here, just because I didn't really run a Chandelure before and I thought it'd be fun. But that's pretty much the set, guys. I maxed out attack and speed. Its speed hits 112. Not particularly impressive, but it does outspeed some things. And even with this base 52 HP, you know, you can see its stats aren't the greatest here, but it actually survives an attack or 2. Feint here to break protects, return for stab, normal damage, Brave Bird for stab, you know, flying damage. It also learns acrobatics, but I had to give it a Stick, so I didn't want to do that. And protects because, I don't know, it's a goddamn Farfetch'd. So let's get to it. I have actually 5 battles, and not all of them are impressive, but this is Farfetch'd being used in a competitive setting, and sometimes working. I am on the far side. Obviously, here's the Farfetch'd. So let's give it a shot. My opponent leads Raichu Gyarados. Here's the Intimidate, you guys. I'm really fishing for it. Nobody knows Farfetch'd runs Defiant, so that's probably the biggest shocker. I come out here, a lot of fake out support on this team because I want to give Farfetch'd a chance to attack. He fakes me out, goes for Dragon Dance, no big deal. I go for a big return, and I actually knock down the Raichu down to Sash. This is my first battle with Farfetch'd, and that kind of surprised me. The following turn, I am able to get a +2 priority Feint off and KO the Raichu because who expects Farfetch'd to carry any sort of move whatsoever? Because what does Farfetch'd do? Nobody really knows. I do switch out Farfetch'd here because, I don't know, it's got terrible BST, terrible speed, going to die to everything. I switched in Salamence for the, you know, Intimidate. Salamence is going to go down here, and I trade it for a KO on this +2 Gyarados, +2 speed, +1 attack. I do get Power Punched, and now both of our Kangaskhan's are at the same kind of boost, which is alright. I send in my Talonflame as he sends in his Talonflame, and here comes Farfetch'd to the clutch, taking hits like a bitch. But I dealt 27 damage to Talonflame, so that was good. Get off a burn. This Rocky Helmet damage here, kind of coming in clutch. I mean, not that clutch, but, you know, who knows. I set on my Kangaskhan again. get a fake out. I know I have to take out this Talonflame if I want to win because priority is strong. Down goes Talonflame. His Kangaskhan's going to go and KO my Kangaskhan, which is a good play, except Talonflame coming through. Boom! I leave it alive, a little disappointed, but the recoil does not KO me. He hits me, but Rocky Helmet KOs him, and Showdown's got a glitch. Showdown says he won, but if you guys play VGC, I can assure you, if you go to the rules, you go to 6.1 in the rules, it'll tell you about tiebreakers, and if you win off of Rocky Helmet, you win. That's a win. So, my Rocky Helmet won the game, even though it thinks he won, so Showdown, nah. Next up, I'm on this side, Farfetch'd. We'll give it a shot. Here comes Farfetch'd lead. I'm really looking for that Salamence lead, and it is here. It is here, and I'm going Defiant. I'm going up. Talonflame does get intimidated, but I do have Taunt, so I'm going to taunt this Meowstic after it gets a Reflect Up. I take a Hydro Pump, but guys, 50% chance to crit. Boom! F your Salamence. You think you got game, Salamence? I don't think so. No way. Nuh-uh. Here comes Clawitzer and Mamoswine. He switched out Meowstic on this turn. I go to fake out the Mamoswine because I know it's going to threaten Farfetch'd, and I couldn't have that happening. A big return doing only 37%, but a feint critting it to do another 27% before I go down to Ice Shard, which actually with that crit puts me into KO range on this Clawitzer, so 50% chance. It's doing it for me. It's doing work. I'm able to send out my Chandelure, go for a Power Punch and do a protecting Mamoswine, but do KO the Meowstic. That's like an 86% chance of KOing even the most specially defensive Meowstic or something like that. I don't know. I had a good chance of KOing it anyway, so the crit didn't really matter. And I take out the Mamoswine. Farfetch'd putting in work, KOing that Salamence, the Life Orb Salamence in one shot. You know, putting in about 60 damage, 60% to that Clawitzer, which was obviously very, you know, bulky defensively. So, I mean, it's kind of surprising when Farfetch'd works, but it kind of works sometimes. On the far side here, as you can see, guys, all of these games I have an opponent here with Intimidate so far, because you really need that Defiant boost if you want to do any damage whatsoever with an attack stat at 127. Oh god, it's not the greatest at all. It's actually the worst. Now he does have Trevenant, probably afraid of my Farfetch'd, and it shows because he goes to taunt it. And I was like, heck no, I'm going to attack you. I take out the Gyarados. When you're playing a Pokemon not a lot of people see a lot, they don't really know what to expect. They try to play defensively around it. He taunted my basically all offensive Farfetch'd, so that's cool. I Draco after being at half special attack. Survived the Rock Slide, guys, which is awesome. Go for a turn here, and if he didn't have Rocky Helmet, I could have feinted him next turn to KO the Garchomp. I was really hoping I could do that, but, you know, taking the Rock Slide, that was more impressive than I thought it was going to, you know. I didn't think Farfetch'd was going to take anything, so that was cool. I'm a little sad that Rocky Helmet did do it in, because it would have been cool to pick up a KO on a Garchomp, but whatever, it's Farfetch'd. The rest of this game is pretty much just Chandelure, taking names. So powerful, guys. It's Infiltrator. It's got Will-O-Wisp and Sub, because Kangaskhan always tries to Sucker Punch you, because what else are they going to do? Unless they're running Crunch, but those are weird. And, yeah, so Farfetch'd did something. It KO'd the Gyarados. I mean, yeah, that's pretty impressive. It did a little bit to Garchomp, which then, you know, killed myself, but that's okay. Here we go, on the far side, with that handsome little Farfetch'd. I think he still holds a stick, even if he's not holding a stick as an item, and that's a little deceiving, I think. I think that's a little broken. Here we go, protecting Garchomp. I'm not going to let this happen. My Scarf Gardevoir is going to take it out turn 1. That's the power of Feint, the power of Scarf Gardevoir. I didn't get the Intimidate boost. As you can see, my opponent did not lead Salamence this game. And so, Farfetch'd kind of just dead weight here. His other Intimidator is an Electric type, which is not something I want to deal with at all. And this guy does Thunderbolt his own Manectric, and this special attack boost actually powers this thing up way more than I thought it was going to be powered up. Does an 82% to my Gardevoir, like what? Rotom Heat will take out Gardevoir. I send in Kangaskhan, I think. I try to fake out the Rotom Heat because I know Manectric's going down next turn. Ignoring that special attack boost, which was a huge mistake on my part, as I take 83% from a Thunderbolt. Oh my god, I do set up a sub, which is it's always a good place to be in with the sub up. go for a Sucker Punch here, and I believe I double on the Rotom Heat just to get rid of it. His Sucker Punch is slower, doesn't go off, get off the Shadow Ball, and that will end Rotom Heat. And he will forfeit, so I don't get a chance to bring out Farfetch'd again. But that Feint turn 1 into Garchomp, guys, I mean, none of this Protect Scouting for you. Now, no one expects Feint Farfetch'd. I wasn't. Even I'm running it, and I'm not expecting it. And here's one more example. This game, my opponent does not have any Intimidate whatsoever. I bring Farfetch'd in the back. Kinda because I want to hit either Abomasnow or Gourgeist with it. But I'm really sharing this battle just to show you guys how much suck Farfetch'd really is. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. And I spent a lot of time trying to isolate this Gourgeist so that my Farfetch'd can hit it. I do switch in Chandelure here, trying to do damage. I don't see. It's too bad my opponent did not bring Abomasnow, because I think Farfetch'd could do some damage to it. But my goal is to try to hit this Gourgeist with a Brave Bird, because I know it's super effective. Now, being part normal, Farfetch'd, live in that Freeze Dry. KO and Lapras with a crit, not that I needed it. But being normal type, I get to be immune to that Phantom Force, which is cool. However, I'm really close to being KO'd. Trying to protect Farfetch'd here. He absolutely leaves it alone. Goes to another Phantom Force. I go to Feint, and Psychic, really disappointed here. Does not do even close to enough damage to KO the Raichu. However, my Farfetch'd is still alive, and I'm really, really looking forward to Brave Birding this Gourgeist. So I do a little bit of switch maneuvering here. That was a feint on Raichu in case it protected. I was trying to get rid of it this turn so I could make sure that Farfetch'd had a chance in the spotlight. I'm going to do a little bit of switching here just to make sure I don't get leech seeded on the switch in, so I don't get KO'd. Here comes Farfetch'd. Protect Chandelure. None of this leech seed action for you. And I'm like, yes, I can finally get off my Brave Bird. Let's see what this does. And it does 59%. How freaking terrible is that? That is the worst. So, Farfetch'd, not the play. Hashtag not the play. But it's cool. I got some props in the showdown ladder. People were like, hey, cool, using Farfetch'd. And I know somebody else posted a battle link of mine in just like the overall chat, because they thought it was funny that I was using Farfetch'd. I wouldn't do it again, though. I'm going to scrap this team because all Farfetch'd really does is feint and then hope for the crit, which I guess is alright in itself. It did some work, as you can see. Like, winning 5 times with it is somewhat impressive, in my opinion, because it's that much bad. But, it is what it is. So that was cool. Hi everybody, thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you guys liked it. If you do and you play Pokemon, or you do and you don't play Pokemon, there's a subscribe button. Think about it. It means you get more content. If you guys would like to check out a couple of my other videos, I have a series where I fight double battles online with my DS. That's for the Fight for First series. I'm on the 2nd season. Otherwise, I do a lot of Pokemon Facts videos as well. One of my favorite being the Missingno one up and to the right. Feel free to check any of those out, or basically just go lurk on my channel if you guys want. Thanks again for watching. I hope to see you guys soon.